Gordon and Ron are today. We're going to talk about a focus capability to look at areas, geographic areas for family members, to look at the statistics and information that may be useful for family reunions and for other family gatherings to look at descendancy. Uh, we'll do it looking at the total family, but certainly slicers can use this same capability as you're looking at your individual slice of the pie. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ron and let him walk through how we use legacy to do this kind of research and analysis. Okay, Ron.
Yeah, let me turn on my light.
Okay, Ron's going to turn on his light.
There, you can probably see me better now.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Good. Okay, well, you go, Ron. You're on.
All right, so I'm going to start by sharing my screen, and I'll do that right now. Okay, and then I'm going to put up my legacy screen. Can you see that okay, Gordon?
Yes, that's just fine.
All right, so I've got just a typical group sheet from the database. This is Paul LaRue Taylor. It doesn't matter where you're at in the database. What we're going to do is go to View, Master List, and we'll view the master list for locations. And you might have a button for that on your My Toolbar if you customize it the right way. But anyway, this is where the master location list is under View Master List. And let's make that full screen so we can see some of the locations. Let's jump down here somewhere. Let's say that we wanted to find out how many people might be in our database for Stewart County, Tennessee, for example. Does that sound like a good one?
That's good.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to sort. So I click on the sort, and I'm going to sort by state, city, county, country. And then after I click on that, I'm going to move county up one so that it's, so now the sort is by state, county, city, and then country. I'll say OK to make that sort happen. Okay, so now with that sorted, I'm going to jump down to Tennessee, Stewart County. You see how everything is sorted by state, and then county, and then city. So you can see some of these cities coming into play. Now, if I want to see everybody that's in Tennessee, Stewart County, because it's sorted by state, county, etc., I can click on the first one in the list, and then I'm going to scroll down here to the last one in the list. As you can see, there's quite a few Stewart County things. Last one in the list, I'm going to click on. That gives me, oh, I'm sorry, I hold down the Shift key to click on the last one. That gives me a range selection. So you see everything in the range has been selected. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Options, Show List. And what this is going to do is show me a list of everyone that has Stewart County, Tennessee somewhere in their record. And it'll take just a few seconds here. We're dealing with a large database.
While that's sorting, what we're actually seeing is everyone who has died, who was born, married, or died in that county, right?
Yeah, or it could even
living there, or it's living there.
It could also be in one of their event records. So yeah, they could be living there. It could be in a record for a census or for any number of things. Depends on how the location has been cataloged in the database.
So really important about putting the locations in as we're putting in the data.
Yeah, and it's important to put the locations in the right way. That's a whole different topic, but basically you want to have a location field always consists of 4 elements: the city, county, state, and nation. some nations don't have counties, and some so you'll have a double comma in the descriptions to as a placeholder for where that county normally would be, but since there isn't one, it's left as a double comma. So, for example, in England, we have a lot of towns, but not very many counties at all. And then we have shires, which are states, and then the nation is England.
I think the same thing exists on the East Coast. There's
Yeah.
called Norfolk. There in North Carolina.
Yep.
Those they don't have counties, just cities.
Okay. Yeah. There's some cities in the United States that are considered municipalities that do not have a county anymore. They have expanded to the point where there's no, I guess there's no rural areas, and so it's all considered a city. And Norfolk's a good example. There's lots of them in Virginia, where the city is the name of the jurisdiction, and there isn't really a county. I'll show you a couple of those in a minute if we get them in a second. Okay, so here's our list of people. At the very top of the window tells you how many it found. It says 4,335 people have this location in their record, and so that's quite a few. So what we can do with that is tag all of those if we wanted to. Let's do that. I'm going to take tag number 1, and I'm going to start by untagging everybody in the file. That will clear tag number 1 so that we can use it for this purpose. And then I'm going to say tag everybody in this list. So I'm going to click that, and that will set tag number 1 for everybody that has Stewart County, Tennessee in their record. And that should be done in just a few seconds here.
This is quite a large number of people.
Yeah, this is 4,000 people. There, you can see the tags show up along this tag 1 column. All 4,335 have been tagged now in the database. So let's go see what we can do with that. What we can do is back here on the family view of the data, down at the bottom, there's a couple of tools. If you put your cursor on there and right-click, you can say use tag number 1 for this tool, and then you can see that it says I:1. Now if we click on that arrow next to it, that will show us the first record in the database right there that has that it found with Stewart County, Tennessee in the record, and you can see that it's actually in their death and their burial. And this is a famous Ethelred Wallace, married to Temperance Taylor. Let's look at the next one. So you just click on the little blue arrow again. There's the next one, and so forth. So you can just go right through your database that way. Okay. So that's how you can do it. Now, let's say you were trying to tabulate a list of people that were living and has Stewart County in their record. Let's do that. So I'm going to go to search. I'll say find. I'm going to say tag 1 has to be equal to tagged, and the second condition I'm going to say is that they have to be living. I'm just hitting the L key to go down. There we go. Living is equal to yes. So they have Stewart County, Tennessee in their record, which means they're tag 1, and they're living. Let's see how many of our people qualify for that. We got 1,298 people that are living, and they have Stewart County in their record.
Wow.
So that's a potential address list of people that we could invite to a roadshow in Stewart County, Tennessee. Okay, is that kind of what you're looking for?
Well, isn't that interesting? Now, just think about that in terms of a slicer. You go into a county and it looks and sees what he has, and then what he does, and then where he doesn't have contacts.
Yeah.
can see people which we do know.
Yes.
We'll look and find them to see if they would be interested in helping and gathering descendancy information.
Yeah, so if we know that there's 1,298 people that are in the database, how many do we not have? There's probably at least 2 or 3 times that many that we don't know about because they're living. And the living generations are expanding way faster than what we can keep up with.
Exponentially.
Yes.
Exponentially.
So anyway, a good slicer, like you started to say, could take this list and say, I'm going to call George Wesley Luton, see if I can talk to him. Or I'm going to call May Elizabeth Lynn and talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they can find out information on all these families.
Yeah. 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 Put part of the family just looking into this kind of thing. I think this is a marvelous research tool, both for the living and the dead, right?
Definitely.
We could do the same thing it's in Stewart County about those that are dead, couldn't we?
Exactly the same, yeah.
To say,
Yeah, let me show you the dead. It's really simple. You go back to your search, so you'll find, and this time we're going to say living is equal to no.
That was pretty easy.
There you go. That's got 3,037 people in the database that we know are deceased. And some of them we don't have death dates on them yet. So like there's one right there, Charles Heater. He's born about 1879, but we don't know where he died or.
Yeah.
We think he died in Stewart County, but it says he's buried somewhere near Smithland, but nobody's filled in the data.
Yeah.
Here's another good one, Harlan Heflin. We know he's born about 1897. He's got to be dead, but we don't have his burial information or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 3,000 people here that you can work on.
Yeah.
So if you're a slicer and you think you've got everything done, you probably got a big surprise coming.
You know, I was thinking about as we go to Warren County, we could project some of this stuff and to the different families and let them see.
That's right.
What it looks like in terms of their family.
Yes, if I was a slicer and I was able to make contact with one of these people in the Link family, I would immediately start saying, well, what do you know about James Edison? What do you know about James Joshua? What do you know about this Loma Elizabeth? And pretty soon their memory is going to start kicking in, and they'll give us all kinds of information on these people.
Yeah, this is a fun tool that
Really?
they can use. So let's just kind of review what we did to get here. Can we
Okay.
do that?
What I did was, first of all, decided what I wanted to look for. So if I'm looking for a geographic area, let's say, for example, let's do, you mentioned Warren County, Kentucky. That's another good one. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to View, Master List, Location. So here's the master location list. The next thing I'm going to do, I've sorted it already on state, county, city, country, and so I can just start typing in here Kentucky, Warren County,
Okay.
and then
There we are.
I've got Warren County right there,
Mm-hmm.
and I can come down to the bottom of Warren County. I'm just scrolling down, and I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click the last one. So that gives me a range of all the Warren counties. See how all of them are blue now? And then I'm going to go Options, Show List, and this is going to find everybody in the database that has Warren County in their record. And once I get that, then I can decide. I could put these all on tag 2, for example. Then I could say how many people in Warren County, Kentucky, also have Stewart County in their records.
And
So
that, and by having them in there, it would mean that they were either they were married in Warren County, they moved to Stewart, or vice versa. Or
yeah, exactly.
So there was something historical about that happened as they moved between those two counties, which are, by the way, about an hour apart. Not far.
About an hour apart. Probably even a more interesting search would be the ones that are connected with Stewart County, Tennessee, and Trigg County, Kentucky, because those are right next to each other. And
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of activity that goes up and down between those two counties.
From your look at the database, huh?
Yeah, yeah, because they're so close together. There's people marrying. There's people from Tennessee marrying people from Trigg County, Kentucky, all the time.
Well, and the same as the counties in Kentucky are very small. So
Yes,
as you look at Warren County, there's a circle of about 6 counties that join that in Kentucky. So
yes.
you could look at all of those in terms of people that quote moved across the line, or the farm was just across the line.
Yeah, I'm not prepared right now to show you, but with the geodatabase locations, there we go. We got a list of 3,810 people that are in Warren County. Anyway, with the geodatabase, it assigns the latitude and longitude to each location. Then you can use regular geoarithmetic to find all of the communities within a given radius of a certain location. So you could say, find me all of the towns that are within 30 miles of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Doesn't matter what county they're in. And it will list all of them. Then you could do the find and show list on all of those locations, and you could easily coordinate a roadshow in Bowling Green with all of the surrounding towns out to 30 miles or 50 miles or whatever you wanted to put.
Well, that's maybe a subject for another one of these uh, little YouTube and Hangout broadcasts.
Yeah, I'm going to put this Warren County. I'm going to untag number 2, just in case it's being used somewhere. And then I'm going to tag everybody in this list on tag number 2. There they go. Now let me show you what I was talking about. So if I go search, find, let's find everybody that's tag 1. Living is yes, and let's say that they're tag 2. So in other words, they've got Stewart County, Tennessee in their record. They've got Warren County, Kentucky in their record, and they're still alive. Let's see how many there. There's just one. Michael Leon Luton. He was born in Warren County, Kentucky, and he was married in Stewart County, Tennessee. You see that?
Yep.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. There he is. Wow.
But I would have surprised. It surprises me that there's not a lot more. But if we, like I said, if we did Trigg County, Kentucky, we would find a whole bunch of interaction.
Okay. Well, Ron, thank you very much for this demo. We'll do some other short ones like this in the near future. Thank you.
Very good.